It's week 7 of the 2022 season, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Packers and the Commanders, and it comes your way next.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Out come the Commanders to begin their first series, and they'll be led by a fifth-round rookie out of UNC, Sam Howell.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. This defense for the Packers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receivers?
He's got him in, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Now Howell. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. To throw on 2nd and 10. Howell. That one caught by the tight end Bates. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Howell down to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Green Bay's offense trots out, and just as it has been since week 1 of the 2008 season, Aaron Rodgers leads the way, now in his 18th year in the National Football League. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3. And now a much tougher 3rd down moment. Not an easy spot here. And they'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll go play action. Howell. And he'll just get rid of it. Tressway on fourth down is sent out to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for Jones last week: 11 carries, 76 yards.
Well, partner, we've watched as they've reached 2 wins, 3 wins, 4, and then 5. And we kept questioning each week, how long can they keep this streak going? This team is rolling, and having someone like this who can really set the tone for your offense week in and week out is a big part of why they've been unbeatable as of late.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And 2 yards to go on third down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for Packer first down. The Packers at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us up.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. This one fielded at the 5. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield, and he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw, Howell. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. Powell throwing on third down here. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Sly able to put this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. On play action, Rodgers. And Lazard's got it again, finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. And inside give to Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 60. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. A kind of a throwback weekend for our primetime games here in Week 7. Later tonight, a couple of the great AFC teams of the 70s do battle. The Steelers and Dolphins from Miami on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Bears and Patriots from Foxborough, a rematch of Super Bowl 20. Bears won that one 46-10. But fear not for the Patriots, if I remember correctly. Well, they've won a few in the years following. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. Shifts by him. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Complete once again to Watson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Dillon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd and 11 now. Howell. This will be caught by Brown. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Throwing here, Howell. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Rodgers. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So we've come. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. So here are the Packers now to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now, beginning this drive 1st and 10. The second half, and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Jones. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
A jet sweep, Dobbs. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end. Now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play.
Previous play is under review.
And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now the call on the field.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the 1st of his timeouts. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series in the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now he'll look to throw it. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Commanders bring out the nickel package on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He finds Watson, complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. On play action, now Rodgers. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Powell. That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And Howe will throw it. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now Rodgers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This offense on 3rd down today, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Howell. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. 4th down, Howell, desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the 1st. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he's got room. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Again, it's Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. They'll go with Jones. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Howell. Dotson, he's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Howell to throw. Going right back to Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Out left to Dotson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Powell, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, Robinson. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And they will take a knee here. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue.
Pat O'Donnell in the formation.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Green Bay, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they